This is 5th grade math and science integrated. We are working on Migration Math Madness. We are going to be talking about shorebird migration, and shorebird migration is one of the most spectacular wildlife events known today. So before we start talking about it, we are going to do a little KWL chart, what you know about migration and the migration of shorebirds, what you want to know, and what you want to learn. And then what you learned. And so Miss Mayo will divide you guys up into 3 groups, and then we'll read our passage.
Okay, I'm going to number you guys off first, and then I will do our reading. So listen to your number. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to have the 1s go into this table right here next to me. The 2's back there in that corner, 3's over there. Okay, I'm going to read the Migration Madness packet to you guys so you can all hear it at the same time. Migrating birds travel long distances between wintering and nesting areas. Most birds do not fly nonstop between these areas, although many are capable of doing so. Timing of migration is related to the seasonal temperature changes, but is first triggered by the change in the amount of daylight. During the spring, most birds do not migrate north faster than 35 degrees Fahrenheit isotherm moves. This isotherm is an imaginary moving line that represents air temperatures at any one specific time. The area north of this line is cooler than 35 degrees Fahrenheit, and the area south of this is warmer than 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Migrating behind the isotherm ensures that the birds will reach their nesting area, the water and the ground will not be frozen. In the fall, temperatures affect the amount of food available to shorebirds. Insects and plants die off in the cooler temperatures, so the birds keep moving south to where warmer temperatures mean the abundance of food. The migratory routes of birds, referred to as flyways, are not specific, narrow highways, but general routes that most migrants travel to follow. Most shorebirds' flyways follow the shoreline habitat the birds prefer. In North America, shorebirds also migrate inland along the central flyway that follows freshwater river systems. Many other shorebirds migrate the Atlantic flyway, traveling the southernmost tip of Argentina along the American Atlantic coast up to Canada. One of the major routes by the Alaskan Arctic nesting shorebirds is the Pacific Flyway, a path between South or Central America wintering areas and nesting areas in the Arctic regions of Alaska and Canada. The Central Pacific Flyway extends across the ocean from New Zealand to the Pacific Islands of Hawaii and up through the Alaskan Arctic. The East Asian Australian Flyway runs from Australia to Japan, China, and Korea, and to Russia and Alaskan Arctics. Wetland stopover sites are important for shorebirds because they provide areas to feed and rest along migration routes. If a bird flies between Argentina and Alaska, it covers almost 7,000 to 8,000 air miles. Without local wetlands, many birds would not get enough food to make the entire trip. Birds, like fish, can move in 3-dimensional spaces. This means that besides moving across the earth, they also can change in altitude. About 15% of shorebirds migrate at elevations below 10,000 feet. However, pilots have observed shorebirds flying at about 29,000 feet. As you get closer to the northern nesting areas, shorebirds begin to fly faster. Weather and timing become critical factors in getting nesting built and young raised in the short 2 to 3 months of Arctic summer. Otherwise, migrating shorebirds generally fly for a few hours and rest and feed for 1 to 3 days, and then continue. Birds migrating along the central flyways have been recorded flying 23 miles per day up to the Mississippi Valley, 40 miles per hour across Canada, 72 miles per hour in northern Canada, and this can't be miles per hour. I don't know what that means. cut that out. What is miles per day?
Yes.
That makes so much. I was like, wait a second. Okay, I'll have to cut that.
Okay.
Let's see. We'll have to stop
If we
this.
still, I was saying if we still go, we're good.
I don't know.